Hey, Onion here, continuing my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV Online, Realm Reborn. We are at the part in the story where we cannot progress unless we finish the Crystal Tower. So I'm doing a fast play of this where all text is with audio. I'm cutting out all traveling and also doing dungeon runs with tips and tricks when I can. Um, that way you can enjoy the story and enjoy why we're listening to the story, what actions come along with it. So all right, any questions or anything, leave in the comments, and I'm just going to jump into it. Thanks for joining me.
Do I know you? Ah. Unless I am very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Garlean Empire's general, are you not? The Great Onion full play herself. Amazing, and more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate. I but recently received word of a truly unique opportunity, you see, an opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. The reward? Not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk? A single misstep could cost you your life. But what is a little danger to a storied hero such as you? A woman with absolute confidence in her own ability stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambros at St. Coinage find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. Why, if it isn't Onion full play herself. I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? You were directed here, you say? By a man clad in foreign garb? Well, the opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropogeographical endeavor. Quite how he came to know of it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find herself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? I rather thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now, the first.
Onion. I thought it was you.
What brings you to St. Coinage? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparently insuperable foe, yes? No? Ah, I see you two are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here caught wind of the forthcoming expedition, and has kindly pledged to assist us. She has she? Glad to have you aboard, Onion. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well, let us begin at the beginning. The sons of St. Coinage are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Alligan Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. Ah, but I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute much on the subject of Alligan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the Ultima weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Garlemald can presently achieve. Nerotol Skavar simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with a notable Alligan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. Now, to the core of the matter, here in Mordona, there stands an entire Alligan structure which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultima weapon, and the lesser moon, Dalamud, before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from that era with the utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and, above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground. But, like so many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear of crystal, pointed at the bosom of the heavens. We believe the tower to be the repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. These defenses take the form of statues, carved into the likeness of giant swordsmen. The 8 sentinels, as the sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach. My colleagues and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the services of an experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, Onion, but I can think of no finer woman for the task. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will or Earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analyses, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Ahem. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the beast tribe strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for La Nosha, where both the Sapsa spawning grounds and Yumaro mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the beastmen's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave to your discretion. But whatever you do, please be careful.
How progress your efforts in infiltrating the beastmen's strongholds? So these are the famed flawless crystals of the beast tribes. I have seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. You have done well, Onion. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zarak, the war camp of the Amalja and Thanalin, the latter, in Nadalan, the roost of the Ixal in the hills of Kurthis. You can expect them to be as closely guarded as the first 2, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. Onion, it is good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the beastmen? Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on our journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must needs be cut and polished, a process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again. If the flawless crystals you procure for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, namely eathersand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, eathersand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the goldsmiths guild in Ulda seemed the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the guildmaster, however, I was informed that no eathersand was currently available. Though I requested that word be sent as soon as new stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order sometime before you procured the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring eathersand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man, but I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase, and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when next we meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of eathersand we require.
Ah, Mistress Full Play. Welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? You're here on behalf of the Sons of Saint Coinage? What fortunate timing. I was just about to contact Master Rambrose with the news that we finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected ether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray speak with Jemime over TH. Ah. I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer.
Come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design.
I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the ether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment.
Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or 2. Onion? It's been too long. What brings you here, then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you?
Well, now, that is quite a money pouch. The sound of so many gil clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming, and yet invigorating at the same time.
Oh no. You're here for the blooming ether sand, aren't you? Well, I can't deny the Alligan civilization's a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been too busy tinkering with a new airship design to think of much else, see. Well, I say tinkering wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when we heard how you lot had used a corrupted crystal on board the Enterprise, as a matter of fact. Anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of ether sand, and that's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here, even for you, lass. How are we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation if not by technologically innovating, eh?
Ahem. While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this lady is a representative of the organization that reserved the ether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that her purse is considerably larger than yours.
Oh, it's like that, is it? Alright, this batch is yours. I'll let you have it. But if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or 2. Now then, from what you've told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected ether sand as well, right? Then rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. And it just so happens that I know of a good place to start. There is said to be a peddler in northern Thanalan who, very occasionally, handles the earth-aspected variety of ether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being, just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanalan without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to Bluefog and you should find him poking about with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I not mention her? Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. Hey.
Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type, the type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale? I warn you, 'tis no stirring epic, but as you asked. My employer, a Lalafalin lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it was called, but 'tis apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandits' stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion and I've not seen him since. A friend of yours, is he? Then you'd best be prepared for the worst. 'Tis just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old image in the mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now.
How could I be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair. It's just not the sort of thing I do. And now I'm going to die for it. No. No, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. Yar. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back. Onion? Is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. Ahem. I expect you're wondering why I'm here? Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen ether sand which Biggs and I need for our research, as it happens. It was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish, and very nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff. Before my bodyguard ran away and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes in what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen ether sand is right here in my bow, and oh dear. It must have fallen out when I was, taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You'll find the ether sand in my stead? Oh, thank the gods. You're a true friend, Onion. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. Onion. Have you had any luck locating the ether sand? Yes, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect ether sand? And you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of Alligan knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a look, right? I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind. And you should return to Mordona with that ether sand before there are any more, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Onion.
Ah, Onion, you have returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring us some ether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? I see. 2 varieties. Well, that is 2 more than could reasonably be expected, and 2 less than I had hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You have done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals.
I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the 7 hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend, I know only too well how capable you are, but ether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge? Humph. Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It will be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Ambrose, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding?
Not as of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit.
Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition.
Mayhap an explanation is in order. But first, let us savor the preliminary victory that Onion has won for our cause, if only for a moment. Yes, I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago, I asked a Charlian acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and to gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I have heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I have mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud, and seek out Parsamantrit, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where eathersand might be bought, it is he.
Yes? I'm sorry? Did you say you wish to purchase eathersand? Forgive me, madam, but have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I have not seen so much as a grain of eathersand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you where one might mine the ore from which the water-aspected variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the betusked nightmare, you will know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell.
You are too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment. You will find no trace of the ore which but recently lay here. Nay, not so much as a speck. Ah, no. You will never spy me from there. For the time being at least, you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hoped to find is gone, taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternative source of eathersand with you, the wind-touched variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention. Good. A band of Exel in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well? Do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Exali logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination. And that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of eathersand slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind-touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling that the greater prize is mine. This inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept a token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east, in a clearing within Proud Creek. Pray retrieve the gift ere it is crushed beneath the iron feet of the Dullahans. Not what you were expecting. I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into eathersand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind, until I saw you in action. Such deeds must needs be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it is made by mortal men. And I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you may imagine.
What news of your mission? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? You've brought both? I shall have Master Garland begin work on the crystals immediately.
There. That should do the trick.
Excellent work. We now possess all 4 of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defenses. My compliments, Master Garland.
Oh, it was a trifling matter, I assure you. Onion here is the one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Alligan's front door.
You can't go without us, Chief.
Biggs. Wedge. Come to lend a hand, have you?
Well, it's not every day you get the chance to study the wonders of the Alligan Empire, is it? Their technology makes Garlemald's look ancient.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do, but we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged onto the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible as to risk another. Wedge, do you recall our company's creed?
Yes, Chief. It's, freedom through technology?
Exactly. Freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. That has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this: the wonders of the all-knowing Alligan Empire could not save their civilization, and have damn near doomed ours. Twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower, and, if needs be, seal away its secrets.
A compelling viewpoint. It is unyielding wills such as yours that have defined the course of history.
So, you return at last. What, pray tell, has kept you so wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of your progress or preservation?
Why, the task you assigned to me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the eathersand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again?
I believe an introduction is in order. I am Graha Tia, one of the students of Baldessian. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition.
Graha Tia has been assigned to the project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own.
So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah. Noah? That is the name I have chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the Sons of St. Coinage, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our venture is to leave its mark in the annals of history. I could claim that Noah stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does, technically, but my true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Alligan Archmagus.
An Archmagus? I like the sound of that.
Very well. Now that the pressing matter of what to call ourselves has been settled, it is time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower. Is everyone ready to depart?
Ready. Esteemed colleagues. The secrets of ancient Allag beckon. Let's not keep them waiting any longer. Adventurer, you and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambros, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Alligan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith to the large, lopsided gate found to the southeast.
The Crystal Tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part.
Sid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for the present. I say. The energy radiating from these statues is palpable.
Lucky for us that it is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yards of the tower's inner reaches.
No matter how swift they may be.
Happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate.
Chief, it's too
Dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one? Quite right. I made the damn things, it's my job to see that they work. Success.
I for one am convinced. Friends, ready your fangs.
This last one is yours, old friend. It seemed only right.
Haha. We did it. So much for the outer defenses.
Indeed. The entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation.
Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest we wait here while Onion and a hand-picked party of her adventuring companions enter the tower.
What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure.
We did, and we will. But our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of the place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Onion here fits that description better than anyone I know. And it is not as if we shall be idle in her absence. While Onion and her companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, historian Grahatia.
Bah. Do you ever tire of being right, old man? Ahem. Onion, as it seems I won't be accompanying you, allow me at least to provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell and we shall join you post-haste, no matter what Master Garland says. Though we would prefer it if any relics you encounter remained intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Onion?
Alright, we're going to stop here and mark this one as part 1. In part 2, we're going in. Thanks for joining.